Hi guys. So we saw recently how Bobby just really broke the internet by selling all three of his cars and then buying an RS6 and a Rapide in the process. That's absolutely baller. And right now with those two cars, right, basically his garage, his annual road tax bill is the market value of my E39. We'll figure that out. Alright, so I've known Bobby for a long time, for as long as I've been in this industry, and I've seen him progress in life from a B5A4 to then a Legacy, right, a Subaru Legacy wagon. Alright, then along the way he also, I've never seen his Fiat Panda before. But he traded that Fiat Panda of his for a Mini Clubman. Then after that, he sold the Clubman, bought a 6 Series convertible. Then along the way, he also added the XC90 to his fleet, and now he just let go all of them to pursue his dream, which is fabulous, baller, well done. Now he has a V8 and a V12 in his garage, where previously he was only at 3 liters 6-cylinder. That was his ceiling before this, right, with the S4 as well as the what was it, the 6 coupe, the 6 cabrio. So he explained to me before that because of the deals that he managed to strike for both the Aston as well as the Audi, basically in monthly commitment terms, he is paying still the same amount of money for his 2 current cars versus his 3 previous cars. The only escalation in cost will be road tax, but of course repairs is lain cerita lah. Road tax will be his biggest escalation of his car maintenance cost. Not sure about fuel consumption yet, but I bet those 2 cars will drink a bit more fuel than his XC90 T8 plug-in hybrid. Anyways, yeah, so Bobby has been talking about selling his S4 for the longest time, and I've heard him talk about the RS6 a few times. So this decision, alright, of him trading the S4 for the RS6 was already a decision like a year in the making one, alright, and he already told me since last year that the Audi, his S4, was nearing the end of its loan period or paid off already. So, knowing my friend, he's the backside itchy kind of guy. He needs the banks breathing down his neck in order to keep himself motivated to work. So, well, I mean, seeing how he has progressed in life, I can't argue that it has not been an effective strategy for him. It is. Alright, that works for him. So, that brings us to one lesson in life, is that whatever decisions that you make, you always have to look at what works for you and go for it without regret, with absolute conviction. Okay, and yeah, so very happy for for Bobby, right? He's got it, and he's right now in a state where he's a mixture of happiness with a bit of trepidation. Is a bit on the edge right now because yeah, he's not exactly sure whether he can maintain those 2 cars, but to him, he feels that's the excitement of it. Alright, and then on the other hand of the spectrum, we have Chris, who also announced last week that he's in his words culling the herd. So he currently has a total of 10 cars in his stable, and he's ready to let a few go. Okay, so watch this video and drop him a line if you're interested to pick up any one of his cars. So Chris's cars, I mean, I've known Chris for as long as I've known Bobby, and he has went through a lot of cars, more cars than I can actually remember. Alright, and the one thing about Chris and the way he deals with his cars is that he always picks up great deals, right? What, below 15,000, below 10,000 car, no bank loan. I'm not sure when was the last time Chris ever took a car loan. All his cars are like what, built in the 20th century. So none of the cars that I've ever seen him buy would have qualified for a loan in the first place. So yeah, Chris is in a way the opposite of Bobby when it comes to their car buying philosophy. And yeah, so the cars that you buy from Chris, right? All right, the cars that Chris are putting on sale, you can see when from what I've seen, they are probably not what I would call showroom condition. All right, but one thing that you can absolutely be assured of is that his cars are repaired and restored to a level that, let's say, like today you wake up, you mouth itchy, you want to go Penang eat char kway teow, you want to go Johor eat laksa or whatever, you can just hop in, drive to your destination, 300-400 kilometers, drive there, come back, and be absolutely assured that you will be able to make it home. So Chris, his philosophy is he restores all his cars to daily driver's fit. All right, and that is a kind of peace of mind that you get, and that kind of peace of mind. All right, now I'm promoting my colleague here a bit, but that kind of peace of mind to me is worth a premium. There is, you see, the thing is that when you buy a used car, there is always a certain degree of restoration cost that you must consider when you make the purchase. So you see, used cars always have this value, all right, but you see, at that value always comes a certain level of restoration that you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. And yeah, so you see, let's say like you buy a $60,000 used car, and there is a 5,000, 10,000 ringgit repair bill that comes with it. So you end up with a 70,000 ringgit used car that 5 years ago probably cost 250,000 ringgit. So it's still a good it's still a bargain. Now, think about this. What if the same car, a different unit of the same model can be yours for 70,000 ringgit but require no repairs? So yeah, when you evaluate the value of, to me, when you buy a used car, a unit with minimal fixes is always worth a premium over its market value. So if you guys any of you guys are looking for a reasonably priced used car in good condition that you can use as a daily, give Chris a call. Now so these recent developments have also prompted me to rethink my own garage. Now you see, right now, right, with my E39, with my Wajah, with my S-Max, I'm actually perfectly happy with all three cars that I have. The S-Max has been a fabulous family workhorse. It is now the most frequently used car in my garage, because now, right, every time when we go out as a family, it's the S-Max. Previously, when I was still having the Persona, all three of my cars are rotated with fairly even usage. When I go out for my personal use, it's always between the Wajah and the E39. Then my wife, at that time, she would have used the Persona, and when we go out as a family, it really is it's a toss-up between any of the three cars, because that time it's just me, my wife, and my elder daughter. My sister-in-law stays with us as well, so 3 adults plus 1 kid. So it's any of the three cars will be able to take us. But since my second child came along, then that's when the S-Max came in, because I needed a car now that would take 3 adults and 2 child seats. That's why I traded the Persona in for the S-Max. I wasn't keen to let go of the Waja because well, that car firstly has sentimental value, and I still wanted to keep something with a manual transmission in the garage. But recent months I've been looking at my maintenance records of the cars. All 3 cars are in fabulous shape, but I noticed that the E39 and the Waja, because right now the S-Max is the default family car whenever we go out as a family, both the Waja and E39 are clocking very, very low mileage, and it no longer makes sense for me to hoard both cars together because I just won't be able to use them frequent enough. Alright, in fact, I was thinking it's no longer fair to the Waja for me to hold on to it whilst clocking very, very low mileage along the way. I mean, since I last serviced the Waja in November. Alright, now it's March. It's due for its service its next service in another 2 months. And since my last service, the Waja has only clocked 1,000+ kilometers. So yeah, I mean, it's a very emotionally difficult thing for me to even put the words out, but I think it's time that my Waja goes to a new home that would put it on, that for which it would once again be useful. Okay, what I'm saying, you see, the thing is that now I think back, right, I remember when I bought this E39, I promised myself that if I can't clock a certain mileage in the Waja, I'm gonna let it go. So now it's time for me to keep to that promise. All right, and if any of you guys are keen to take that car over, drop me a line in the comment section. All right, or PM or send me a line, message me on the Horizon Facebook page. I'll reply you. All right. So I'm in the process of fixing a few things in that car. Just last week, I sent the car to Kelvin, right, Chris V's workshop, aircon filler. So I changed the cooling coil, I topped up gas, I changed the aircon expansion valve. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to repair the drive shafts. Okay, that day I was that day with the previous service. They told me that the drive shafts are wearing out, so I'm going to have those fixed. I also need to change one of the pulleys. I think it's the accessory drive belt pulley that needs to be changed as well. All right, and that car needs a paint job. So yeah, I mean the Waja has been with me for 12 years. That car has propelled my progress in my working life. It was the car that I started my working life with. Actually, that car, my folks bought that car for me when I was in uni. So yeah, I kept it, and yeah, I didn't want. I'm still honestly not keen to let it go, but based on my current usage patterns, vehicle usage patterns, it's just gonna sit there and not be as useful as it should, because that car easily has another 100 to 200,000 kilometers of service to give, of problem-free service to give. So yeah, and I think it's time for it to get out there and clock more miles, be more useful again. So yeah, if you guys are thinking of, are keen to take over that car, let me know. I assure you, mechanically it's in tip-top shape. It is a car that let's say if I have to take it on a Genting run, I will without the slightest hesitation. I would take that car on a Genting run, no problem. Yeah, and so yeah, I think moving forward after that, once I'm going back to a 2-car garage. And some of you, if you're asking, what about my E39? Well, I'm at a stage where I'm pretty happy with this car, and recently I just put up that post, right? So some of you asked a few questions on the comments, which I've answered in the comment section, but what's next for this car? This car is also in a state where I fixed it up, all right, and all is good. I'm happy with this. It's my my alternate daily drive between this and the Waja. So maybe once I let the Waja go, this car will start to clock more mileage. It will be more useful. Am I open to selling this? Well, for the right price, why not? All right. Yeah, why not? Because a lot of people have been asking me, hey, God, no more new E39 videos. But the thing is that, hey, I fixed most of what needs to be fixed in this car already. So if I were to be producing more E39 videos, I may actually have to let this go and buy another one and start on the journey again. All right. Yeah. So, but there you have it. So guys, seriously, if any of you are looking for a Waja 1.6 manual, drop me a line in Horizon Facebook or in the comment section. All right. Cheers.